Well, there's been a lot of gloomy talk about the state of retailing in Australia and the battle that retailers are having in getting shoppers to part with their money. Let's go to Margy Osmond, the head of the Australian National Retailers Association. So, Margy Osmond, the retail sales numbers today up in April. They were down the month before, so is there light on the horizon?
Well, I'd like to think there was light on the horizon. Certainly a 1.1 increase in the figures for April is terrific news. It's probably the best increase we've seen since 2009. I think the worrying factor is that it's a bit of a roller coaster. And in a business world where everybody prefers certainty, we're seeing a great deal of up and down. And I'm not convinced that these April figures are the one swallow that makes this summer.
Now, the winter sale started yesterday, and once there'd be a big rush through the doors at the start of a big sale. Yesterday, though, there was very little excitement. It was very quiet. Do you think consumers have just become immune to discounting because there seems to be sales on all the time? Is that the problem?
Well, look, I think part of the issue is you've got the most conservative shoppers that we've seen in 20 years, and everybody is saving. And they're telling us that if it's not on sale or they don't perceive it as being a bargain, they're not going to shop. And then in addition to that, of course, we have a whole range of new competition in the space from online. Look, I think yesterday's sales are an interesting case in point. They warmed up in the middle of the day. I think we were seeing some pretty good traffic in the large stores at towards the end of the day. And I think it's going to warm over the next few days as people realise that on top of the bargains they've seen previously, there are even better ones to be had now.
So there are already conservative consumers out there and more interest rate rises on the horizon. How concerned are you by that?
Look, very concerned about any increase in interest rates. We'd certainly urge the RBA to be a little patient. I don't think there's justification for another increase in interest rates, and we know that it will have a diabolical effect on spending because that's what it did in November last year, and it was effectively the Grinch that stole Christmas from a retailer's point of view.
What about the proposed carbon tax? It's still a year off if that happens, but is that affecting retail psyche?
Look, I think it is, and I think it's part of the package of things that's making your average household pause before they spend. It's a case of utility prices going up, petrol prices going up, the prospect of a carbon tax, the flood levy, and the fact that every time they turn on the television set there's more bad news. So I think it's leading to a sort of depressed attitude by our average shopper, and they're doing what I suppose is a bit of a flight to safety, and that's saving.
Margy Osmond, thank you.
My pleasure.